My name is EliteKi. I've been watching cartoons for a few years now, and I've seen a lot of simping within the messages, subliminally or just directly in your face. There's a lot of simping, which I think an avenue into the world today. We always end up, staring, burning into our retinas, into our subconscious. We can try denying it, but we have to come to terms. For decades, we've been told to put her first, value her at an unreachable standard, do anything to impress her, because you, me, all of us, programmed to simp. Have you ever noticed that when a guy gets rejected, he's not supposed to move on, he's supposed to, win her heart? Take my boy Peter Parker for example. This guy had an interest in a girl called Mary Jane. So essentially he liked her, she was not having that shit, and by that I simply mean she was getting piped a surplus amount of times. He saw it all, and when she finally became aware of his superhuman abilities, only then did she even think about giving my boy a fraction of that coochie. But you know what? All that chasing really paid off. Yay! So they use hundreds, if not thousands of methods in order to plant the idea into society that we should chase females no matter the cost. So there's this game called Super Mario Bros. I don't know if you've heard of it. You might have heard of it. Now that I mention it, everyone knows Mario, right? This guy will run castle to castle, facing the most dangerous of enemies, holding his breath underwater for hours and hours, dying multiple times in the process, punching bricks and crippling his knuckles. Mamma mia! All for what? Just for a kiss. What? As you can see, the risk to reward is not great. So our subconscious is being nurtured at such young ages, so that when we're older, we feel obliged to do an absurd amount of favors for a woman, just for female validation. So look, a guy simps. Us real niggas call him out on the simping, like, nigga, what are you doing? They see all the girls in the comments saying, what? He's not a simp, he's just in love. Treating a girl nicely isn't simping. Buying a girl nice things isn't simping. What? So being nice to girls is simping now? That's not what we're saying. This girl is not the guy's girl, dude. That's the thing you need to understand. Thousands of guys now think that this is the way that things should be. Just look at Twitch, a place where guys upon guys throw their money at females that bring no value rather than being somewhat sexually attractive. And don't get me started on OnlyFans. I wouldn't say I'm ultimately a simp per se, but like, we all grew up seeing these main characters risking arm and leg just to get a bit of coochie, and most of the time these girls weren't interested in giving them anything. A lot of times these guys be chasing these girls that don't even want them, and I just see it as simping, in my opinion. And we've been kind of programmed to believe that simping is the way to go. I'll buy boxes of chocolates, give her money, buy nice things, book dates, and the girl won't reciprocate. The girl will take the thing or just reject the guy completely, and the guy won't be phased, he'll come back for more. And we see this in today's world. We really do. Because when you're constantly exposed to the same narrative, it's really hard to get out of that mindset. And you continue to pedestalize females even if it is at your expense. But considering you're watching this video, you're probably better than most people out there, because knowing is half the battle. And the rest of the battle is to do with you. What are your goals? What inspires you? What makes you get out of the bed in the morning instead of beating your meat and grinding? Not donating to OnlyFans or Twitch. Guys, this is Tom. Don't be like Tom. I'm not answering that. So whether it's 2003, 2020 or 3033, the default setting for most of us will be to simp and continue simping. But when you refrain from chasing girls, people will call you weird and all sorts of names. But with this newfound knowledge, you can be aware that people are thinking like this because of years of conditioning due to many different forms of media. So the next time you see these guys chasing ass in the comment section, now you know why.
World, all these evil girls, they're gonna rule the whole wide world. Oh, we can rule the whole wide world. We can rule the whole wide world. Oh, ain't no money on